way, this is our new Tim Bader shirt, and thankful to you.
Oh, that's
yeah. You actually deserve like royalties on it.
We'll send you one. We'll be sending you like a whole handful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So live from Scottsdale.
Live.
This is Banter in the Desert.
That's right.
Okay.
Got Matthew Berry.
We had to
Are
have you back
kidding
on
me?
because the last time we saw you, we unfortunately were very much under the influence. We have to make up for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. A drunken podcast.
The most
Yeah.
edited episode that we've ever had,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
But not me.
No,
you were
because you
perfect.
deserve so much love.
Right.
You
When hosts are blacking out, it's
actually
like we just
deserve
have
an
to.
Emmy for that guest appearance.
I appreciate that.
It was a master class in podcasting of just charging through the points and like
Right.
making it happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Trying to lead Tim to the water. Yeah.
So you are probably one of the most sought after people on Radio Row. So how are you keeping on going? Your eyes are still bright. You're still excited about today. This is the end of it.
It is. Well, I got tomorrow to do, and then apparently I just got booked to do the Today Show on Sunday morning, Super Bowl Sunday. So you're like, oh, that's great. But then I'm like, oh,
you gotta wake up early.
I mean, I gotta be. I have to be on. The hit is at 5 a.m. local time.
Oh my god.
So to be on camera at 5 a.m. means I'm waking up at like
It means you're not going to bed.
3:30. Yeah, probably. I mean,
You need to
maybe.
be rocking and rolling.
Yeah,
Dude.
pretty much.
That's crazy.
So what is it like today? Like for you, how do you like prepare yourself to even go into a moment where like because you led NBC's broadcasting in the morning.
Right.
And then you still are willing to go on other shows throughout the afternoon.
Yeah, look, I mean, a few things, right? So first off, I think it's important to do to sort of give back to the community, right? Because I was, at one point I was running around saying like, "Hey, you come on my podcast," and and that kind of stuff, and you're trying to get going and everything like that, and we're still to that, I mean, like, listen, I have a TV show that's streamed on Peacock, right? That's on NBC and in all of NBC's platforms, and their their YouTube channel is huge, and on and on and on and on. And yet I can't there were guests that we couldn't get, right? And guests that would come on other shows on the NBC, that are on Peacock, but wouldn't come on ours for whatever reason. And so whether they didn't want to talk about betting or fantasy, or they don't think I'm any good, or whatever it is. So first off, I think it's important to give back to the community. Secondly, I have trouble saying no. Like, I mean, like literally like on my way, like Katya texted me saying, okay, come on out. And just on my way walking here, trying to get out of the convention center to come to the van. Very fancy, by the way, guys.
This is a bougie. It's kind of a trap van.
It's a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Like, just promise me I leave here with both kidneys. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so
probably with an energy drink too.
Right. Yeah, exactly. No. So, like just on the way out here, I literally got stopped 3 times, to do like, hey, I just do one 10-second hit. And I just want to talk to you about blah, 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 blah. And then another, and it's just like, I don't know, you want to say yes. You want
to go out and enjoy yourself.
You want to go and enjoy yourself, but you also, you want to say yes because as a friend said to me, he goes, the only thing worse than walking Radio Row and like every single show, podcast, network grabbing you and saying, hey, can you come on our air? Can you give us 15 minutes? Can you give us 10? Can you give us 5? The only thing worse than that is walking Radio Row and no one doing that.
100%.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Because they're either asking or they're not. And when they're not asking, that's when you're screwed. So
that's right.
So you want to do it, right? Because there'll be a time when they're not asking. And, so.
What's the most over asked Matthew Berry question? You're like, please don't ask me that ever.
No, the question that comes up a lot, but I'm always happy to talk about is like people like to bring up Avengers Endgame. Okay. People like to bring up Jay-Z. And so I'm always happy to talk about those subjects. To find the how did you get your start comes up a ton.
Mm-hmm.
That one's
you have such an interesting path too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
tune into Name Drop that episode. We dive a little bit into it.
Right. So I could do without, if no one asked me my origin story again, that'd be good. But like, so it's that, and that's some sort of, usually just fantasy picks. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Who's,
who should I start?
Right. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, I first of all, I'm really excited to talk to you. I didn't get a chance to talk to you last time. I was having but I've always wanted to ask you this question.
Okay.
So I was new to fantasy football last year.
All right.
And this is how I thought it worked, but I've always had this idea. So I thought fantasy football worked all the way through to Super Bowl, and based on if you had if your team was eliminated, then the players you had on your fantasy football team would be eliminated,
Right.
and it would continue on. Until
That
the
would be
Super Bowl.
dope. Great concept.
Super Bowl, and then until whoever has the most points at the end of
Right.
everything wins.
There are people that play versions of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was wondering if that's a version of fantasy football, and then like I don't know, could anyone do that? I don't know. How's
Well,
that
I
work?
know people that also then once they hit the playoffs, they
Redraft.
draft.
Yeah,
Exactly, and then keep it
Draft.
going, and that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Are
I
you
like
in
that.
one really really obscure fantasy league where the rules and the point totals are just wild because you're so in the meat of it?
No, I am in a kind of an obscure fantasy league. I am kind of in an obscure fantasy league, but it's not like deep divey, like where you're doing weird stats and that kind of stuff. I have played in leagues like that before. I played once in a fantasy league that was a punt, pass, and kick league.
Oh my god!
Remember that when we were kids, like punt, pass, and kick, and the whole thing. So literally punt, pass, and kick. You drafted 2 punters, 2 kickers, 2 quarterbacks, and that was it.
Oh, that's
the
kinda
only team
fun.
league. And you got punter points from like how many punts they made and distance and that kind of stuff, and touchbacks inside the punts inside the 20. But the league that I'm in now, it's a really fun league, and it's a format that's sort of starting to take off, it's called the Guillotine League.
Mm.
And in the Guillotine League, basically, you draft like you would normally draft a fantasy football team. And the difference there is that you don't play each other head to head. You just week 1 comes, everyone starts their best lineup, whatever, quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a couple of flex, tight end. And at the end of the week, the team with the lowest amount of points gets cut.
Ooh, even week
Like,
one.
Week 1, you're done.
Damn.
You're just dead.
Elimination.
And then all the players on that person's team get thrown back into the free agent pool.
Oh, interesting.
And you just keep doing that until there's only one team left.
Oh, wow.
So you have like $1,000
that.
of fake money that you can bid on, and so it's about budgeting your money, because every week there's going to be superstars in there, right?
Right.
And it's every week there's you think like, oh, I just have to not be last, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to outrun the tiger. I just need to outrun one person, right?
Yeah,
It's
Win
that kind of
who's
thing,
in front of me,
right?
and then
Exa-
prepare for next week's pool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like when you're going to Monday Night Football and it's you or 2 other people, like that sweat is unbelievable, because you are dead. And it gets weird because you're like, with 6 weeks left or whatever, like every single, like you're sitting there going like, who do I want to pick up the waivers? Like Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, or Lamar Jackson. Like, I mean, it gets crazy. When
But you already have a good quarterback.
right. Because
Right.
exactly. So, I mean, it's like, it gets nutty because with 5 teams left, 6 teams left, like everyone's got a super team, and you just
Yeah.
keep doing it. And like,
Have you ever won that league?
I have not. I finished 4th, and you can start with like 18. You can start with as many weeks as the season, right? So you can start in a 17-week season, you need 18 people. But you can also start like week 5, right? So it's just you need as many people that have as many weeks left. And so I finished 2nd and I finished 4th. I've done it 2 years now.
Nice.
That
like
is
that.
so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, the Cooper Cup injury week this week is what killed me.
What is the penalty for being last in that league?
No penalty.
Okay.
Just-
Do you
I'll
not do
tell you,
penalty leagues like that?
No, I don't. I wish some of my leagues would. I've literally never finished last in a league.
Yeah.
So, I would love, but all my friends are, wimps.
I mean, I feel like you'd get the ultimate shit if you finish last.
Yeah, like if
in
you
it.
get cut, I mean that.
Yeah.
That's when I have to just hang it up.
Yeah.
That's when I'm
There's
like,
the
it's done.
retire.
I had a good run.
Yeah,
It is what it
that's
is.
great.
Yeah.
Thank you,
This is
NBC.
Then you walk Radio Row, they don't talk to you.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. That's right. That's when I'm begging you guys. Where's the van?
yeah.
Just bring up the banter, bust the trap
Yeah,
house. I'm
just
ready.
come on, let's go. Let's talk
I'll
anything.
stay in there.
Right. Yeah.
Because you had cameos on the league, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I think that's when your name finally like fully cemented in my head. I'm like, this guy is the fantasy god, and so that's why I think that's where that question comes up, because that
Thanks.
show always pushed
Yeah.
that idea where you have to have some obscure reason to have this championship. So,
It's dope.
but it's fun for us because you are our first like person who's really in media that actually answers our texts.
There you
And
go.
we're like, he's coming back on. Like, this
There you
is so
go.
cool. So we're just excited. Oh, we got my dad in the house. This is the Godfather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's how we're even behind the lines here, where like the
Fantastic.
cops are letting us be right next to the NFL honors and stuff like that. Papa
Yeah.
Bear in the house. So.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, you mentioned the fantasy league that you're in. That sounds like really a lot of fun. What's like the most like exciting league? Like basically I'm asking like, is it something that you would want to create, like a league that has better rules, or something that you've already been part of? Like what's
I mean the guillotine league I love. Like so I didn't create that, but like I formed 2 different guillotine after trying the format last year and falling in love with it. I formed 2 leagues this year with a bunch of different friends, and so that one's cool. Yeah. So in fact, so I'll name drop here. Shout out to Tim.
Yeah, Timmy brings us together.
Because one of the guillotine leagues that I'm in has like some celebrities and VIPs, and one of the guys that's in it is David Spade.
No way.
Is our mutual friend, as we found out in the episode that I did with Tim that I found that out because of course Tim name dropped that he was friends with Spade versus
of course.
me.
Of course.
Everything like that. But so
David Spade is kind of like the Kevin Bacon, 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon,
right?
Of Purple Banter.
Okay, fair enough.
That I feel like he's our little mascot. So
listen, he's great. He's an awesome human being, and he's hilarious, and he's a good fantasy player.
And tell me he has to come on Name Drop. We like every week. We just keep hinting.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. You guys can. I got enough trouble booking. I'm booking my own show. You guys, exactly. I can't be booking yours.
Oh goodness.
I'm going to do a name drop. You are my friend now, so I'm
okay. There you go. Fantastic.
I know people. I don't know Spade and all these other guys. I know you, buddy.
There you go. All right.
Since you keep offering us information, we're going to try to offer you. You know why they call it Winter Park in Minnesota?
I do not know why they call it Winter Park in Minnesota.
Because it's always winter up there. It's named after Max Winter. Because we thank you for giving us all that information, but Max Winter was like the original president. So that's nobody knows it's Winter Park.
That's interesting. You would think it's because of winter.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
I can't wait to drop that at the parties tonight.
So what do you get excited for this week? You know, you've done this quite a bit.
Yeah.
You're in the scene. What still gives you that sizzle where you're like, you know what, I'm actually excited to come back here and run it?
You know, it's a couple things. I mean, first off, it's a little bit like prom. Like, you know, the athlete NFL world is a small one. And so just going to parties and seeing people that you like, but that work for different teams, that work in different cities, that work for different networks. And, so just reconnecting with people like that. And it's great for networking as well. That's fun. My wife comes out tonight. She just landed, so I'll go meet her. But like we always do this at the end of the season, where she'll come out for the Super Bowl, and like we'll have a couple of days without the kids, and we'll go to the game, we'll go to some parties, and we'll go to the game, and so it's
like the ultimate date night.
Yeah, it's a fun thing, and it happens around Valentine's Day, so it's it's good.
Do you ever do like personal meet and greets?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not here. I haven't done any here.
Yeah.
I definitely have done personal meet and greets and that kind of stuff. I don't know that I'm, that's the other thing that the Super Bowl does. The Super Bowl does do this, is that it humbles you, right? Because whatever level of notoriety you think you have, there's always somebody more famous. You know what I mean?
Well, then Shaq shows up,
right? Exactly.
To the NFL and owns it.
Yeah.
Right.
You're like, this isn't even your thing, but he owns it.
No, 100%. And like, you'll go to some party and you're like, oh no, you're on the list. No, you're on the VIP list. No, you know this. And like, you get there and there's a line and like, sorry, the fire marshal, like, you gotta wait. And then Shaq walks up and everyone just parts. Like, come right on in. Like whatever. Deion Sanders walks in and you're just like, okay, you're like,
I'm the NFL. What are we talking about?
Right. Yeah. So
this
anyway,
is my league.
so
you quickly know your level.
Yeah, exactly. You definitely that's the one thing I will say is you definitely, whatever level you're at, you definitely learn it. Super Bowl week, because everyone's here.
Right.
Totally.
Right.
Well, we'll let you get to your wife.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you for coming by.
Matthew Barry, you've absolutely blessed us today.
Yes.
We appreciate it so much.
Banter
You're
in
the
the
man.
desert.
Yeah.
So I hope that we see you out while we're kind of bouncing around this
we'll
week.
Be in the back of the line.
Fantastic.
We'll just
I will wave to you on the way in.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I don't know them.
We're also happy to acknowledge that he has both of his kidneys still. So just want to let you know.
He's not out yet. He's not out
yet. Yeah. It's not until the door closes.
Yeah.
That I'm safe. But yes, I have both of my kidneys, and I know how Winter Park was named. So,
We try to offer something to you.
How much of a Minnesota dad is this right now?
You are
the only Viking shirt I've seen out here. None.
Yeah, you are.
I'm a Cousins fan.
Yeah,
I
as
got my
clearly.
For 24 for Vegas. I'm here. I'm in the line. You think Kurt will give me a shout out? His mom has a Viking boat at Lake Zumbro, which is an unbelievable boat. It's got goalposts on both ends, indoor, outdoor, astroturf.
The turf's from the Cardinals Stadium when they redid
nice.
it.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
But
so if you're ever up in Minnesota, come on out on the Viking boat, the USS Ufta.
No joke.
Appreciate
There's actually shields of them So my mom and my dad with pictures of them in Vikings gear
Oh
on the
my
shields.
God.
So then once we left the lake, the marina says like, can we actually take that? And it's mounted about 20 feet off the ground. And there's a Viking pontoon. I built it one summer,
Oh,
and
that's-
he
You come
financed
to
the thing.
Minnesota very often?
That's amazing. I do not. I do not, but I may now have to for a ride on the USS Ufta.
Okay.
Love it. Matthew Berry, thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for coming
man.
on Purple
Appreciate
Banter
you.
Day. We
All
love
right.
you.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks so
That's
much.
awesome.